Hello everybody and welcome back to Gregtech New Horizons. How's your guys' day been? Good? Let me know down in the comments below. So last episode, we done quite a bit. We finally got ourselves properly in the LV age. We got ourselves a bunch of LV tier machines, which is amazing. And we also got access to the Twilight Forest, which means we upgraded all of our bronze pipes here to large potent fluid pipes. And this has been keeping up with the steam production beautifully. We are no longer having issues where our steam turbines back here are not getting steam. Everything's maxed out. And that extra little steam valve up there is amazing. So thank you for that. Definitely will be upgrading him to the MV version when we get into MV, because that'd be even more steam output. So I've done a few things since last episode. You might notice there's even more diamond chests around. I've been doing a little bit more upgrading. And I was doing a lot more mining. I've updated this to-do list. Today, I want to get ourselves cheaper cables, get our EBF and aluminium production and a circuit assembler. I don't know if we're going to get oil and auto mining done today. We might do that next episode. But there was two other things down here, the item magnet and a crossbow. I already went ahead and made them. I was doing some mining in the nether and that place is just terrible. I died a lot. I'm at 15 deaths now, so that's great. If you want to try and predict how many deaths we'll have this entire series, go ahead. But yeah, I was mining up a bunch of sulfur veins and tetrahedrite veins for a bunch of sphalerite and stibnite. And speaking of mining, I actually did go back to the Twilight Forest because I did have to regenerate the Twilight because I was having issues where if I went west, the server would crash. And I had to regenerate it, which means we regenerated the silver vein here, or the lead vein. So this is all of the ores from that vein again, and I'm just going to destroy it, because I said I would. So that's lava underneath. Turn off my magnet, and I thought all of it would go in there, but it didn't. And last bit, there we go. I said I would destroy it, and I did. Alright, we can put the lava back in there, and we're done. So for the crossbow and magnet, actually aren't that expensive. It's just some magnetic steel, which is just blocks of steel through the polarizer. No problem. But the crossbow, that is something different. You can actually, I made the one that's recommended in the quest book right here, or at least the one that it says you can make in the quest book. I needed this new material here called magnesium, which is just magnesium and aluminium. That made a crossbow. It does require a third piece though. It does require a binding, and I use an obsidian binding for mine. And I made myself these bolts. These bolts right here are magnesium tool rods, and I coated them in iron to make iron bolts, and they have 71 durability with a leaf fletching. So what's the plan for today? Well, I want to get myself my EBF going and actually start smelting up aluminium to hopefully be able to upgrade some of these machines here to MV. The main ones I want to get done is the extruder and the electrolyzer. With the extruder, we'll be able to make 1 to 2 rods. So 1 ingot to 2 rods instead of using the lathe, which only gives us 1.5 ingot back, which comes in this small pile. You can see I'm making more iron rods right here. And with the electrolyzer, we'll be able to electrolyze a bunch of different materials to get ourselves aluminium. I have been processing up a ton of brick dust. I did actually go out and collect a load of brick from those roguelike dungeons. And with all that, I think, which chest is it in? Yeah, right here, you can see this is all the alumina dust I got. So I'll be able to smelt this with cryolite to make us aluminium ingots, which we'll need now today. So hopefully we should be good to go with that. So to be able to make ourselves an EBF, we're going to need a new material here called Invar. Invar is iron and nickel, and I think a 2-to-1 ratio. I've crushed up some nickel in here. We have an alloy smelter right here, so we should be able to just throw the dust in there. And while that's smelting, we can also throw this in the mixer, I think on circuit 2, right? Nope, circuit 1. We can throw these in here, and they will mix together to give us Invar dust we can smelt as well. This will give us straight the ingots. Right, while we're waiting on that to smelt and mix, what we can do is start working on the other components we're going to need for the EBF. The main thing we're going to need is these coil blocks right here. These coil blocks, we're going to use mica insulator foil and 2x copper nickel cable or wire with 1 ingot of molten tin will make us 1 coil block. And we need 16 of these per EBF. The mica insulator foil requires mica insulator foil, or the sheet turned into foil. The sheet is made with a base sheet and quartzite or silicon dioxide. I got a bunch of the silicon dioxide by electrolyzing brick dust to get our alumina. So we have plenty of silicon dioxide to work with. We have over 1,000 of it, which is insane. And using that then should be easy enough. The only thing we're going to need then for the mica sheets is mica-based pulp, which is mica dust and sticky resin on circuit 2 in a mixer. Or sticky resin or raw rubber dust. So it's 1 stack of dust per 3 stacks of mica. So we'll grab 3 stacks of mica and 1 stack of raw rubber dust. Throw this in the mixer. Is this guy nearly done yet? Probably it's going to take a while. Yeah, you're going to take a while. Let's put you back on circuit 2 and get this mixing in here. Did that go through? Yes, it did. And the alloy smelter, we'll just throw this in the hopper here. So in our sheets, we want to throw this through the bending machine on circuit 1. Circuit 10 makes foil. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could move the screen around. Does it stay there after you close it? Nah, it reopens in the center. Kind of cool if it reopened in the same spot you left it in. That'd be kind of nice to have it over here so you can still see what's going on in here and access your circuits. But yeah, we need to turn this into plates to be able to make our frame. And we're also going to need rods. That means we're going to have to throw this through the lathe, right? Yeah, MV recipe for extruder. I'm just trying to work here and make myself my frames. And who shows up? None other than the Ender Creeper. Oh, this guy will never leave me alone, will he? Excuse me, sir. Look at me. Thank you. All right, we have plenty of invar plates here and a few rods. So hopefully this is enough to just make the bottom frame. Or at least make the controller. So, heat-proof casing. Is it cheaper to do it this way? Oh no, it's the same recipe. It's just double the amount at a time. And this is the heat-proof casing. And here is... Oh wait, we need these. Do I have any? No, I don't. Do I have furnaces left over? I do. I have 3. Which is exactly how many I need. Oh, wait. Well, what are we out of? Oh, tin. Don't look at the creeper. I want to throw this through the bending machine now as well. I need to set up the chemical reactor, actually. That's one thing I need to get to be able to make cheaper wires. So give me that, the bronze rotors, the pipes, maybe a few more rods if I have them. All right, so this should be our EBF. Oh, wait. Tin cable. All right, there's the EBF controller. And how many of these casings am I actually going to need? I need a muffling hatch, which requires this. So I'll make a few of them. So 1 muffling hatch. We're going to need a maintenance hatch. The only thing I'm missing is a crowbar. Maintenance hatch. Might as well make a few since we will need loads later. What broke? Oh, the saw. That's fine. We need LV energy input hatch. Now, we need 2 of these, guys. We almost have everything. We need low voltage coils, which is fine steel wire and magnetic iron rods. I have them, but I don't have the fine steel wire. Fine steel wire is rods on circuitry in a wire mill or ingots on circuitry. So we'll use the ingots on circuitry method. Currently, I'm making a ton of copper. Oh, wow. We have a lot of stuff coming through here. Let me just point you the opposite direction. Change this to circuitry, steel wire. And the other thing we're going to need is lubricant. And I should have some cells up here. I've got a bunch of the quest rewards. And I should have some spare lubricant over here in the distillery. Oh, wait, no. I think, yeah, I accidentally voided it all when I moved everything. So actually, can I fill up these cells directly in here? Ooh, I can. Let's do 10. Distillery on circuit 24 makes lubricant. And that should auto eject down to here. Yeah, so we'll wait until we have 4 cells worth. Right, here's our fine steel wire. Where is my polarizer actually? Is this guy here? Oh, that's magnetic steel. Thought I had iron in there. I do have iron up here. Creeper, would you please leave? And this stuff here goes in the assembler, which is where? I don't know where anything is anymore. Oh, I moved it up here, didn't I? Yeah. So the assembler on circuit 1, that's circuit 6 right now. I've been making a ton of circuit boards because we will need these later on. They're actually very cheap to make. We need 4 low voltage coils. Are you serious? You're right in the crafting table. Move, please. All right, while we're waiting for the rest of the lubricant, we can actually go ahead and make our input hatches and output buses. So that is just one of these on circuit 1 will make the input, and then circuit 2 will make the output, and then the same for the tank to make the output and input hatches. Damn, this takes 24 seconds each. We don't even have one cell yet. This is taking forever. Oh, I think the creeper finally left. I can see his icon moving outside. So our mica-based pulp is also finished. We need to throw this through a forming press on circuit 1 with asbestos. And I should have plenty of asbestos in here somewhere. So that down here, circuit 1, mica-based pulp, and asbestos. I'm going to rob this hopper for the moment. Alright, so there's output bus and input bus. So same thing again, input and then output. So another thing I'm going to make that was going to make our life a little bit easier once we get ourselves the EPF. We're very close to getting it right now. I'm just cooking up the copper nickel right now. I probably actually stop you, set you to circuit 2, and put the copper nickel in here, and that should give us 2x copper nickel wire. Yes, the 2x is what we need. And is that giving us 2x? Yes, it is. Nice. So in here, I'm going to be making myself something called a toolbox, which requires 5 bronze casings and a chest. And that's going to take 15 seconds to craft. And with the toolbox, we'll be able to fill it up with all of our different Gregtech tools. So like the wrench, screwdriver, wire cutters, crowbar, hammer, and the rest. And we'll be able to right click the maintenance hatch with the toolbox, which will automatically complete all of the maintenance it needs. Otherwise, we're going to have to use something else that I think the quest book gives us somewhere else. I'm not sure where, actually. I think in here. Yeah, you get this Gregtech Aerospace Advanced Reinforced Duct Tape, FAL 84. This is fairly expensive to make right now. I don't even think we can make it. Advanced glue, refined glue, raw carbon and silicon. Yeah, we will not be making that right now. And I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm just going to claim the 3 bags. Okay, it did give it to me. Okay, this is glitched. But here is our toolbox. So we should be able to, right click and be able to put all of our different tools in. The only tool we're missing is a soldering alloy or a soldering iron. That isn't actually too bad. It just requires another battery, rubber sheet, a steel rod, and a certain bolt. The bolt will depend on its durability. And we're probably just going to go with like an iron or a steel one for the time being. But then we also need to charge this guy, but we can do that inside any LV tier machine in the power slot. So let's go make that. So small battery hull. Oh, we're missing the... Did I use up all of the tin cable? I must have. Okay. All right, so we can make 5 batteries. We'll grab our lithium and throw these through the canning machine to make them a proper battery. So there's our 5 batteries. So let's make the soldering alloy, or the, I keep saying soldering alloy, the soldering iron. Soldering alloy is still something else we're going to need to make, but that is very cheap. It is literally just tin and antimony, and you get 10 dust per thing. So if we put 10 stacks of tin, 1 stack of antimony, 10 stacks of soldering alloy, and we shouldn't run out for a while. Okay, I was wondering why this wasn't working. It turns out you only can use the steel rod for the LMV version of it, so I actually need to use an iron rod. There we go. So that is our soldering iron. Now my inventory is getting quite filled up here. If I got a spare chest I don't have anything in, I'll dump it all up here for the moment. Right, let's go charge up our soldering iron and make our soldering alloy. So any LV machine, and now it's charging. Our mica base sheet is done, so combine that in here with silicon dioxide, and then all we have to do is throw it through the bending machine. Maybe I should have looked in the quest book for the toolbox quest, because we do actually get 64 soldering alloy as a quest reward. I'm going to take that instead. And the quest for getting ourselves a soldering alloy is actually 3 loot bags, so it actually works out. Alright, so we have 6 LV bags. Let's open them all up and see what we get. Terrible stuff. So mica in on circuit 1 will make us the foil. And now we should have all of our tools needed inside of our toolbox. Alright, I think we're almost ready to start building this thing. Alright, and here's our 2 LV energy hatches. Now we just need the coils. Alright, and the coils are being made. Let's put down everything we need now for the EBF. So, we're going to have our controller right here. Has problems. Yep, I understand that. Input hatch, we're going to have here. Input bus, yeah, here. Output hatch will go on top, so that will go probably here. Muffling hatch, we'll put that on in a minute. The heat-proof casing and the energy hatches, they're going to go back here. Output bus, here. The maintenance hatch is going to go back here. And then the rest is more or less just this heat-proof casing. And I don't know if we can fix the maintenance issues right now. Yeah, I think it has to become a full multi-block first. And here is all 16 coils. If I've done everything correctly, when I put these down, the multi-block should form. Yes, it did! And because we did the maintenance, it is working. So power on, no recipe found. That's because we need to provide it with the cryolite and aluminium, or the alumina. So in the input bus, we'll put 1 stack of alumina, 3 stacks of cryolite. Oh wait, I forgot we don't have power. That just voided some of the recipes. Oops. Yeah, the thing about the multi-blocks is if they have any issues where they run out of power or have maintenance, they will just straight up void the items like it just did right there. Whereas the small single blocks will not void anything. I forgot to hook up the steam turbines back here. I need potent pipe. So 4x tin cable here and here should be able to support what we want to do. The steam turbines, we're going to have 2 per thing, like so. And we're just going to point these in and connect. Now we need to make sure the wires are connected. So we'll look at this from the outside. You connect. And back here, connect and connect. And now we'll just run the pipes up. All right, all 4 steam turbines are turning. So now when we turn this machine on, it should work. Yes, it'll take 80 seconds, but we will get our 4 aluminium ingots. And what is the steam consumption like? We still seem to be stable. It is nighttime, so let me sleep to make sure the steam boilers are running. We'll just double check them for any calcification. Are they still running at 100% power? Yes, they are. And they're still climbing in steam, so we're not having any steam issues with the EBF. Now, I don't know what will happen in the long run once we have this guy running for a good while, but it should be safe to say this guy's ready to keep running forever. Well, not forever, but for what we need. And there we go. Our first aluminium has been cooked through the EBF. Now we just need a billion more. Okay, I found the very first issue. We are not producing enough steam. It was just raining, so that could be why. But yeah, we're not making enough steam. I'm pretty sure the solar boilers we have are enough, but the only issue is, yeah, look, you can see it's filling up again. So we are producing more than enough steam, but the problem is just this tank's capacity is still pretty bad. So I'm definitely going to have to either upgrade this guy to make him bigger, or we're going to have to replace this with something else. And the only other tank I can think of is the super tanks, which can hold 4 million liters. Where this guy, right, actually, no, this guy holds more than the super tank. Never mind. Yeah, okay, maybe not then. I have no clue what to do then. I guess I'll just make this guy bigger. But our EBF here has smelted over 64 aluminium ingots, which is amazing. So let's see if we can upgrade a couple of these machines here to MV. So to do that, we're going to need a new tier of circuit, MV tier circuit, which is going to require 3 of the previous tier circuits. And we don't have the good circuit board, but that is just a phenolic circuit board, which is just wood pulp and refined glue. So that shouldn't be too difficult. Do I have much more wood pulp? I don't think so. Let me just throw a stack of wood here to go through the grinder. And I've made myself 2 new machines here. Another basic assembly machine and a chemical reactor. What I want to do is set up basic cable coating. And I don't know exactly where I'm going to set this up. I guess down here will do for now. So we'll have our assembling machine here and a chemical reactor. We'll have the chemical reactor auto output into the assembling machine. And inside the chemical reactor, we'll be able to make ourselves molten rubber. So molten rubber is made in a chemical reactor with 9 raw rubber dust to 1 sulfur, and that will make well over a bucket of molten rubber, which should be able to go through the assembler on circuit 24 and coat any tier of cable that we put in there. So we just need to provide this guy with tons of rubber dust and sulfur. So you auto eject, hopper, diamond chest, and now we just need the dusts. So plenty of sulfur, and the main thing that needs to go through here is the raw rubber dust. Okay. And that's going to take 30 seconds, but it should auto-eject the fluids out into the assembling machine. And right now... Oh, wait, I just realized I put a gold chest under there. I can't open that chest. But the tin cable right here, we want to put through the assembling machine to turn into coated cable. We'll put this chest up here. All right, and there you go. You can see your molten rubber. And how much cheaper is this? So the cable here. Okay, so still 2 ingots, but I think we make more rubber than rather than just putting this through the alloy smelter. So I think in the end, it still works out cheaper. But yeah, we'll just throw that in there. It takes 5 seconds per cable. Auto eject out the bottom. And here is our coated tin cable. Amazing! So any cable we want, we'll just throw it in this chest and it'll come out as coated. Alright, here's our new tier of circuit boards, the phenolic circuit board. And all we have to do is coat this with gold cable to make the actual circuit board itself. And I have a small bit of gold cable in here. This is not the most efficient way to do it. There is better ways later on using gold foil and iron tree chloride, but we're still a bit away from making this. We should be able to do it soon, so we'll definitely be setting up an automation plan for that. But with the good circuit boards, we should be able to make ourselves... Oh wait, no, we need the diodes. The diodes are going to require fine copper wire and small piles of gallium arsenide. And now the thing is, I think this gallium arsenide is something we got from the kobolds in the Twilight. No, they just dropped the arsenic. Okay. So, to make ourselves the actual gallium arsenide, we're going to need gallium. And gallium, I think, comes from... Let me remember here now. Yes, electrolyzing sphalerite. So, let me grab out all the sphalerite I have. Should have a small bit of that somewhere. There it is. Do I have more? Oh yeah, I do. This in the electrolyzer here should give us our gallium at 11.11% chance. Now the other material, which is this arsenic dust, we can get this as a byproduct of, I think, electrolyzing or centrifuging railgar. And I think you can get that as small piles in the nether. Or like in the small ores. I do have a small bit of it. If I can find it now. Here it is. I have about a stack and 11. I think I have like 2 ingots in here somewhere. I have 6 ingots. So we want to put this through a centrifuge. Okay. Currently right now our centrifuge is being taken up by the tetrahedrite, but I think we have enough here just to make a few. So 8 arsenic, that should be enough for now. Huh. We are running into a power issue here. It's not a steam issue, so I guess it's just we are not producing enough power with these 2 turbines to run this machine and the centrifuge at the same time. Meaning we're going to have to get ourselves another steam turbine and hook that guy up. Alright, so we'll hook it up like that, so all 3 are going in. And are we producing enough power now? Yes, we are. So all we have to do is wait till we get a bit of gallium. Hey, finally we got our first gallium. So gallium with arsenic through the EBF will give us this crystal we're going to need. Let me turn this off somehow. Can I turn this off? I don't think so. Let me just break the chest temporarily, take everything out. And in goes... Does this require a circuit now? What we're making is this guy here, the crystal. No circuit. Okay, so the 2 of these in, turn it on. And now it's making the crystal. And now we can put everything back. And that is going to take 60 seconds. All right, here's the gallium and arsenide crystal. We throw this through a forge hammer to make the smaller things. So in you go. They'll give us 4 small crystals. And then using that, again, we need to macerate it. So in you go. And with that, we completed this quest reward. I'm going to request another piece of arsenic. And then down here is the diodes. Now the diodes are going to require 3 things. Fine copper, small gallium arsenide, which we've made, and either polyethylene, which we don't have, or glass. And glass is something we do have. Down here in the fluid extractor, I'm fluid extracting quartzite dust to make molten glass. The other way we can do that is with either glass or sand, but that does require an MV tier fluid extractor, so quartzite's the best way to go. We have 3 buckets of it so far. And what are we missing? Does it have to go through the assembler? Yes, it does. On circuit 4? Yes. Alright. So glass, gallium arsenide, and fine copper wire. Alright, 4 diodes should allow us to make our first 2 MV tier circuits. Oh, this thing wants us to make 8 for the quest. Okay, I'll wait. Right, there's the 8 we need. Diodes. And actually, I think now that we've unlocked diodes, I think down here in the coins area, we can actually buy them. Or does that only happen once we unlock the circuit? Okay, it only works when we unlock the circuit. Hang on. So here is our first 4 MV tier circuits. Yeah! And now they've unlocked or are visible, but we need to craft ourselves our first MV machine hull. That won't be too big of an issue. That's just aluminium plates and a wrench. Using that then to make this guy. This is now copper cable. So MV machine hull. And now we should have unlocked MV. So down here we can buy, yes, the resistors, diodes, and vacuum tubes. Perfect. So let's get ourselves our advanced extruder. So that is going to require steel pipe. I think I got some of that as a quest reward. I have the small and the large. I don't have the right one. Okay, we'll just craft a few. We need copper nickel. I think that is still down here in the wire mill. No? Where did I put it? Oh, no, it's in here. Never mind. So we need to make ourselves an electric piston. So that is a small aluminium gear, an MV electric motor, copper cable, copper nickel, magnetic steel, and aluminium. We'll make 2. And now that is our MV piston. I don't know why that's happening. I guess it's probably because my inventory is full. There we go. MV piston. And now we just need 4x copper nickel, which is just this. And here is our first MV tier machine. Can we make the electrolyzer? Yes, we can. Nice. So the only thing left then is going to be an actual way to power these guys. So that is going to be an MV steam turbine, because steam is the only way we're able to power stuff at the moment. And that is going to require more motors and more circuits. So let me craft a few more motors and a few more circuits. I need to buy more diodes, and these guys are set on a timer. So every 40 minutes, I can buy 8 diodes using the green technician coins. And it looks like, yeah, we can upgrade 10 of the previous ones into the technician 10 coins. But I think we're going to be getting a lot more of these now since we're in MV. All right, and here is our 3 steam turbines. So since now we're upgrading to MV tier power, we're going to need an MV tier of cable to be able to hook these guys up. So what kind of cable do we have access to? We have copper nickel, which I don't think is actually that great. This has a loss of 3 EU per volt. So I think the best option we have is annealed copper, but annealed copper is something we don't have access to right now. So the best option we have then is just regular copper cable. So 4x copper cable, and let's go coat that and hook up our first MV machines. I need the potent pipe. So extruder, electrolyzer. So our 3 steam turbines, hook up all the steam. We're going to have to shutter all these pipes. I'll do that in a second. Here is our 4x copper cable. As long as this cable here doesn't connect, we shouldn't have any issues. The wire cutters up and connect up the machines. I have them down here for the time being because everything up there has been powered by MV or LV. And if I hooked up these machines down here, it wouldn't work unless I had the proper turbines. But if I hook these turbines up down there, the machines would explode because I overvolted them. So hopefully now I'm going to try and upgrade a good few of these machines to MV by next episode. But the main thing I want to get these guys doing is electrolyzing all of that sodalite. And we need to store all of the chlorine it's going to produce now as well. So that's going to be a big issue. So for now, I'll just do a hopper into the chest right here, like I'm doing over there, just to allow everything to go in evenly. And now that we have the extruder, we can actually take all the extruder shapes from down here and move them up. So let's grab a bunch of this sodalite, bring it on down here, put you in, and now we're electrolyzing. So I'm just going to grab this fluid tank for now. We'll come back down over here, and since we're hoppering out, we can just put this tank right here and actually say auto eject the fluids out the right instead. Don't go in there. There we go. And now we're producing silicon and aluminium dust. Now the thing is, we can't actually directly smelt this aluminium dust inside of the EBF. It is going to require a Canthal tier coil to be able to do that, and to make it cheaper and faster, we're probably going to need some sort of gases for it. But what we can do is throw this through the Tinker smeltery, cast it out as the little chunks, and then we can directly smelt those chunks into aluminium using MV copper nickel. So that's probably the way we're going to do it. But the fact we have perfect and free aluminium now is amazing. And with you, rods and steel, I need muffling upgrades, but yeah, I'll figure that out later. So I'm going to end it there. Hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell while you're at it then as well. So without any further ado, goodbye.